How are sanctions affecting your clients and Bank ABC?
Incredibly so, and I think sanctions are
break it down for us.
Are really, really sad, and I'm going to talk as a banker and not necessarily as anything else. One of the things that we have faced as challenges is opening what we call corresponding banking relationships, with because some of the currencies that we use, just to break it down into its simplest form, is the US dollars, right? US dollar transactions or rand transactions or pound transactions. I need a friendly bank somewhere in another country, somewhere, to do those, to clear those transactions for me, because I am not an original US dollar market, as you know. So corresponding banking licenses have been extremely difficult for us to open, because every country always, or rather every country that we've kind of been in partnership with, has been extremely afraid of doing business with Zimbabwe. One, because sanctions, as you know, originated from the US, and the US is the US dollar clearing market. So they're going to put onerous requirements for those countries that are doing US dollar clearing. So we've had quite a number of our corresponding banking relationships closed. And it's also been very, very hard for us to open new ones. The ones that we have been opening actually in markets which are secondary markets, Turkey being one of them. I remember traveling to Turkey to try and convince one small boutique bank for them not to close our account, because that was the only account that we could use to do US dollar clearing. A simple example is Visa. So Visa card, right? Everybody here uses a Visa card when they go to South Africa. For me to clear those Visa transactions, I need a bank somewhere that routes the transactions. If that avenue is closed, you cannot get money into the country directly into your account. And another example I'll give you is that the transactions become extremely expensive if you are using fringe financial institutions. There's one institution. There's
a price to pay.
There's a price to pay
because they know you're desperate.
Absolutely, and I remember one client that got extremely mad at us because they sent $100 through their foreign bank account into their account in Zimbabwe. $100. The fees on that $100 were $40. $40. They received $60 into their account. Would you be happy with an arrangement like that? But that is the cost of sanctions, that it makes the entire financial ecosystem extremely expensive, because you are not in the mainstream market. You are using financial institutions that are going to charge you a margin, a premium, because they're taking a risk on you. And I know that there are many, many other examples of restrictions that you have on trade, in that there are institutions that can't do business with us because they are on the sanctions list.
Any other direct impact on sanctions on your clients and the bank, apart from correspondence banks?
I think correspondence banks and the cost, and also just generally remittance. Remittance as a general is, as you know, crossed over the $1 billion mark for this country in the past year, according to the statistics from the central bank. But a lot of corresponding banking institutions do not like remittances. So if we have that avenue being closed again, as it is in many, many instances, we're going to run out of...
Why don't you like remittances? Help me understand that.
Because, remittances is almost edgy. Remittances are popular in what countries? You don't see people doing remittances to the US, do you?
No.
Because the market works. So you see a lot of remittances going into usually underdeveloped markets, because there's a lot of poverty. But there is a thin line between remittance and money laundering, right? So they look at it as a channel that can be utilized for money laundering, but we look at it as a channel for survival. So for us, remittance is the lifeblood of this country, because if you have $1 billion coming into the country, surpassing FDI, that is a real source of development funding for this country, whether it's going for consumption or not. So those are some of the channels that are kind of throttled by some of the scrutiny that we are seeing as far as sanctions are concerned.